You're listening to the Geriatric Mamas podcast with Jessica Raziri
and Sonia Tapley. Well, let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. Are you going to make fun of me for saying that again?
No,
week?
I'm going to let it go.
Okay.
I'll let it slide.
Okay. You're going to let it slide? Okay. All right. You sip on that. What are you
Oh, I'm like hardcore. This is literally, it's actually like, it's like putting hair on my chest. It's literally just makers and water.
I love that for you. I would be.
I didn't have anything else that was like a little more gentle. So just like, here we are.
Yeah. If I didn't have like the beer, the wine, all that, I would probably just be drinking straight tequila. So it's fine.
Yeah, I don't have any of the above. So this is where we are.
Yeah. Makers it is. So this week, we're going to be talking about something we're often told by people who reach out to us to be a guest on the podcast that we talk about celebrities who become moms later in life, but we don't talk about how they became moms. And so they usually call us out for that, like right in the beginning paragraph. And so we know our listeners want to know how these celebrities became moms. So today is the day. We're going to dive into the hows as much as we can. There are some that are pretty private about, how they got pregnant, but I did as much digging as I possibly could. So we found an article by People that was published in June that lists 22 celebrities who either recently or in the past have become moms over the age of 45. Some of them are a little bit younger than 45. And we did add, I think, one that's outside of the list because it's more recent. Spoiler alert, yes, the money and privilege that come along with being a celebrity do allow you to explore more options like surrogacy and adoption. And yes, they are options for the average woman too. It does cost more money, so there are some grants and or loans and even some health insurance options offer fertility treatment coverage. So I think we're probably going to talk a little bit about that at the end of this episode. So Jessica, do you want to get right into the first geriatric celebrity mom?
So the first geriatric mama we have is Naomi Campbell. She is now 53 years old, but her journey, let's see, do we say, how old was she when this all happened? Is that in here? Okay, so Naomi's journey to motherhood for her first child is somewhat secretive. The supermodel announced a second surprise baby on June 29th, 2023. 2 years after welcoming her daughter in a similar fashion. Okay, so it's happening now. So while she's 53 years old. In an Instagram post, my little darling, know that you are cherished beyond measure and surrounded by love from the moment you graced us with your presence. A true gift from God. Blessed. I welcome baby boy. Hashtag mom of two. She wrote on Instagram, adding, it's never too late to become a mother. Naomi hasn't shared how she conceived her daughter, if she carried her or if she was born via surrogate or adopted. When asked by news sources, she simply said, she is mine. However, a source close to Naomi says that she had her baby boy via surrogacy. Yeah. I know, I can imagine if I were to have a child by surrogacy, I can see maybe not wanting to share that, especially if you're a celebrity in the light, probably because of all the negativity that you might get in trolls about it.
Right.
So I almost love her response, of just being she is mine, She simply said she is mine because she is, she is. It's yours. So that's beautiful.
Yeah. I know. I love that. So the next one up is the Brat, the rapper at the age of 40.
First of all, do you remember the Brat? Adam does not remember who she is. I remember her on All That on Nickelodeon.
Yeah. No, I know. I think I liked some of her songs. It's been a really long time. I definitely remember her.
Yeah.
But it's
the Brat. That's all I remember. Brat tat tat or something.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. No, for sure. I definitely remember her. I just don't know all of her songs. I'm not even
I don't know any of her songs either.
Yeah.
But I just remember that part.
I'm not big into the latest hits or anything. I probably should be, but I just listen to what I have.
Does she even have any latest hits? I don't
Probably
know. It's
not.
probably mean to,
Probably not. It's probably
maybe
like,
not. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just
I'm
remember her
sorry. I have no
from all
idea.
that. I think
Yeah.
she has a show. She has a show now.
Hmm.
I don't watch it, but yeah, I
Yeah,
just
no, you're
remember
right.
her. She would pop up on all that a couple
Hmm.
times, and it was just like the Brat,
Yeah.
whatever. And I'd be at the time, I was like, "Who is this?"
Yeah, no, I know. I
But
mean, we probably
good.
wouldn't recognize her face because we just hear her on like the radio or
Yeah.
something. So, at the age of 48, she announced on February 21st of 2023, hey, that's my grandmother's birthday, is February 21st, that she and wife Jessica Judy Dupart are expecting their first child together. She says, it's been quite a journey. Brat exclusively told People and admitted that at age 48, there's a lot of stuff we learned about women over the age of 40. You're telling us.
Mhm.
So the couple's journey to motherhood inadvertently started around the time that they tied the knot last year. Harris Dupart is 41, is the CEO of Kaleidoscope Hair Products, and was in the midst of launching a new line inspired by Brat and her iconic braids and protective hairstyles. It started as a joke, she says. We were extending our family, she says, of the tongue-in-cheek marketing tagline for the collaboration. But then we got a huge response. It was like, oh my God, do we actually have kids? And if we do, girl, we better hurry up. A separate People's article explains Brat underwent in vitro fertility treatments using eggs from her wife and sperm from an anonymous donor, and then following a heartbreaking miscarriage, she became pregnant with their son. How beautiful. So it's her wife's egg, and then she carried the baby.
I love that.
So I do too.
Yeah.
So she says, I think God plans our journey. I'm very happy he saw fit for me to have him. She's talking about her son. So that's really sweet.
That is really sweet. The next one we have is one that we talked about last week, Hilary Swank. She's now 49, but at the time she was 48, and she made the surprise announcement that her and husband Philip Schneider were expecting twins on October 5th of 2022. The Oscar-winning actress shared the news during an appearance on Good Morning America. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and my next thing is I'm going to be a mom, said Swank, and not just of one, but of two. I can't believe it. She went on to rave about her exciting baby news, saying it's so nice to be able to talk about it and share it. Swank announced the arrival of her son and daughter in early 2023. She hasn't shared how she conceived her twins yet, and as we mentioned last week, she has received a lot of backlash on social media about being irresponsible for having babies so late in life. How dare she?
Seriously.
So reckless with her reproductive system. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
She is also receiving backlash for not sharing how she conceived. She can't win. This poor woman. Can we just leave her alone? My God. Her twins, because according to the opinion of Mary Madigan of at news.com Australia, quoted here, I don't think there's any denying that a pregnant woman in her late 40s with a public profile can easily become a beacon of hope for women. It tells average women, well, I can do that too, but realistically, you probably can't. What a bitch.
Okay, but wait a second. Do women just not understand that we start going into perimenopause in our 40s? Like, is this not known by the general public? Like, is it Hilary Swank's responsibility to educate the public?
No, it's not.
Exactly.
It's not her responsibility. And this Mary I still want to kind of call her Mary Madeline.
Mary Magdalene.
Isn't that the chick from the Bible, Mary Madeline?
Yes, it sounds like that. So
here's Mary.
Yeah. Scolding her.
Let's just call her Karen Madigan.
Right. Because women haven't known for centuries that we were on a biological clock. Thank you, Mary.
Yeah.
Thank you for that input. All right. And next up, we have Chloe Sevigny. She is currently 49 years old. In January of 2019, a rep for the then 45-year-old actress confirmed to People that she was pregnant with her first child. On January 6th, the Oscar nominee and her boyfriend, Sinisa Mekovic, I got the hard one this time, were spotted on a stroll in New York City smiling with each other as Makovic embraced her baby bump before sharing a kiss. News of Sevigny's pregnancy was first reported by TMZ. In September of 2018, In a September of 2018 interview with Who What Wear, Sevigny hinted at her desire to have a daughter, if only to pass down her favorite articles of clothing to her mini-me. In an April 2022 Daily Mail UK article, Sevigny is quoted on conceiving her son Vanja. It was just something that was supposed to happen, and in my early 40s, when it hadn't, I was like, I have to sort of actively try and make it happen. And then I struggled for a while, she stated. The performer then spoke about the conception of her child and how she did not expect it to happen. She recalled, we had a night out dancing and drinking and went home. And then it just happened and it stuck, which I had trouble with in the past. Right? And I was like, wow, this one, he or she wants to be here.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Right?
Do you know who she is?
Yeah, so she was on, I used to watch, oh my gosh, what was the show? I can't remember, but it was about polygamy. She was on that show. She's also really big in the fashion world.
Yeah, she's also, I was asking not because I didn't know who she was, but okay. I wasn't familiar with her until, but she's one of the regulars in American Horror Story. She pops up a lot. Mm-hmm. And that's where I actually got to like figure out who she is and appreciate her. She's very, very talented actress. Yeah. She's phenomenal. Yeah. Her facial expressions and like she can like be beautiful or she can be like so creepy and you're just like, oh, don't look at me like
that. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one we have is Tamarind Hall. On April 25th, 2019, the former Today host, then 48, announced the birth of her first child, a baby boy named Moses, with husband Stephen. Hall shared the exciting news on Instagram, posting a photo of herself wearing a hat adorned with the baby's name while she held him. Moses and Mama, I can't wait to introduce y'all to my #sunshine, wrote Hall. Photo credit, Dad who can't stop crying tears of joy. Thanks, y'all, for the love and support. It got us here. Aw. Hall first announced her pregnancy in March, revealing she was 32 weeks along. Her entire career and public journey to motherhood encouraged women to create their own paths. Just a few months before the first season of the Tamarind Hall show premiered, she gave birth to her now 3-year-old son, Moses, after an IVF journey at the age of 48. Wow.
Yes. Right.
That's awesome.
I know.
I also love, I like didn't even like think of that, but it's just like #my sunshine. Like,
yeah, that's so
really
cute.
I sing to Hayden, like I don't have an amazing singing voice, but I sing to Hayden, You Are My Sunshine a lot. Aww. Like it's just always been like a go-to. And so I'm just like, oh wait, sun, like sunshine. Sorry, I'm a little slow. Really I got there though. I'm here. But yeah, that's really
You'll
sweet.
You'll be using that hashtag now. I know you will.
Yeah, I will. I totally am.
Yes. So the next one is Alana Morisette. 44-year-old singer announced her third pregnancy in a pretty black and white Instagram post in March of 2019. It says so much newness, lots of hearts and prayer emojis. She captioned the reveal that way. Her son Winter arrived that August, and Morisette, who's already a mom to son Amir and daughter, yes. I like that both of her previous children have like 2 names. Her daughter's name is Onyx Solace. And they had given up on the idea of expanding her family after those 2 until one day, she says, I was basically feeling a little unusual. She recounted in a video chat that accompanies the story online. I've been pregnant before, so I started feeling those familiar feelings of lightheadedness and just certain things. And so I asked my husband to pick up a little pee on the stick test on the way home, and then I got my answer, followed by what she now calls a complete freak out joy moment. So she got pregnant naturally. How amazing.
So she was 44 at the time?
I think she was 44 at the time. Yeah. I think, according to the article, I think she was 44 at the time.
You know, that's like it literally. It's so hard to hear when you're in the thick of it and going through it, but it literally you hear it time and time again when they just like stop and when they just like figure like, you know what, it's not in the cards for us. We're not going to expand our family. It's not going to happen. It's because you stop stressing about it.
Right.
And then like your body, like stress does so much. And so that's crazy. That's a miracle.
Right. It really is. Yeah.
So we have Bridget Nielsen, The 54-year-old actress announced her fifth pregnancy on Instagram and Twitter in May of 2018, showing off her baby bump in a curve-hugging gray dress. Family getting larger, #me, #family, #Bridget Nielsen, #baby bump.